Jesus affirms the Messiah is Yehovah and not just a man. That's clear from day.
Hmm.
All three languages, Greek, Hebrew, and Aramaic, also affirm the Messiah is Yehovah Adonai in Psalm 110:1, based on the languages of the Maria, Mari for Adonai, for the nomen, a sacred name, and the text of the Septuagint. And even in the whole entire Hebrew of Psalms, only Adonai, Yehovah, and Elohim are used in conjunction for the God of Israel, all throughout 150 Psalms. Never is Adonai mentioned except when the scribes decided to make it so by adding the Nikud, because they wanted to affirm Abraham or David or even Hezekiah as it's speaking about. So they do not affirm the Messiah at that point. Therefore, it has to be rejected. But I think if you click on it, I have a third one. An early Syrian church father also affirms that Psalm 110:1 originally read Yehovah and was changed to Adonai. And that's important because he was there just before it was completed or before it was completed and put down. You have the Aleppo and oral traditions and other texts, but he affirms that his position was that it was originally Yehovah, then to Adonai, and then changed later to Adoni.
That is fascinating. So originally it read Yehovah said to Yehovah.
Right. La Yehovah. And we find, remember, we find in Psalms La Yehovah over 100 times. We find La Adonai, a number of times, including in the Greek, to Kidiomu in there, exactly how it reads in the Greek, without the nomen secra.
Wow. Very good. Very good.
And then nowhere in the book of Psalms do we find Adoni outside of Psalm 110:1. Only Yehovah and Adonai. For those kurios, kurio, all the different variation forms of the grammatical structure, and whether it's in the dative, in the accusative, or the vocative, it's all, or the nominative, it's all for either one of those two throughout the whole 150 Psalms. Never for Adonai outside of 110:1, if you want to believe the scribes. So it's a consistent theme of David to speak of the God of Israel as Adonai, Yehovah, and Elohim all throughout the Psalms, specifically with the kurios root word for Adonai and Yehovah in the Greek, always. So we have this consistent thing. We've got to say the data does not support Adoni in that one place because a Jewish scribe decided to put a vowel point that changes it.
Yeah, he changed the kamat to a dot.
To the Hirik Yod. Yep.
That's the only difference.
To the Hirik, to the Hirik, to not putting a kamat because they didn't want to make it a divine title.
Right.
And opposing the Christians' view that this is the messianic text spoken by Jesus. As Yehovah, they changed it to make it Lord or Master.
Wow.